Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. We'll wait another 30 seconds and then we could just powwow it out.
Yeah.
Um, and then that's gonna be that. Because we definitely need the content here. Whenever you're ready, Rini, since you are facilitating tonight.
Yeah, we have everybody extra 10 minutes. So welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time out to come. I really appreciate it. Tonight we're talking about cleaning as a culture, not necessarily uh, a negative in a negative light, and how it can build your organization up even more. So let's go through a little, housekeeping. This is being recorded. Please don't be on the phone or anything else. If you need to step away, that's fine. Please make sure your mic is on mute and your camera is off because we had a little hiccup the other day. Also, this is intellectual property. Please respect us and our brand and our brains. That part. You can read the legal. Um, if you're with us for the first day, can you please drop a 1, a 2, or 3 in the chat? And thank you for coming again. And could you please tell me or tell us what has been impactful or most impactful for you over the time? And then since we do have somebody that's only been here one day, what are you looking to get out of this session tonight?
Okay, come on, GPHS is coming through. Alumni. Hey, Zara.
What's
Wait,
up?
how do I? Oh, hi. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How are
Glad you can make
you?
it.
I'm good.
We're just
Mhm.
introducing ourselves, the directors in the chat. Yes, we love the emphasis on relationship building. Rini, I know that you're facilitating, but I can't keep quiet.
It's fine. You're good. This is our dynamic anyway.
I gotta be affirming.
I'm the silent, strong type.
Just looking forward to using any and every resource. Come, that's what
Oh,
I love.
awesome. That's wonderful.
Can you name what? Can you tell us what team? Oh, you already said it, Bowie. Duh. But does Bowie have a several teams? Like I know their dance teacher. I know Tamara. I know Miss Henry. I
Oh,
know
Bowie
her.
State Palms.
Bowie say, "Oh my God,
Oh,
yes! I was talking
welcome.
to you via email."
Yeah. So yeah, we started a Palms team in at the end of 2023.
Congratulations.
Separate from cheer, separate from dancing divas. Just really traditional Palm style, hip hop, a little bit of jazz. My background is NFL cheer, so it's heavily influenced in the choreography. A lot of hair whips, a lot of palmy motions, a lot of jazz elements and stuff like that.
Yay! Welcome, Shannon.
Love to hear it. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Oh, I forgot my little animations. Oh, well. So our session norms, have fun, participate, and take from this anything that you need. And please, after the session, know that we are here for you in any way you need. So who is LabX? LabX is an education and creative arts consulting organization grounded in community voice, evidence-informed practice, and cultural brilliance. Our name is intentional. Lab reflects our belief that this is work that's experimental, reflective, and always evolving, a space that tests ideas, refines practices, and learns in real time. The X marks 10 years of building, learning, and pausing, and returning to the space between where we started and how we show up now with deeper clarity and intention. So I just like to point out that roughly 10 years ago, well, 12 now, Karan and I were in my basement, like, hey, we should do this. And that's really what the 10, like literally 12 years ago, 2014, we were sitting, it was like, yeah, we really need to take this to the next level. And so now here we are, a dream realized, really. Why we exist. The lab grew out of years in the studio, school gyms, auditoriums, and community spaces, coaching students, building teams, writing curriculums, running programs, and solving real problems as they happened. What people don't always see is that everything that goes on behind is the strong performance is infrastructure, planning systems, communication, care, and a lot of the behind the scenes work. We learned early that talent alone isn't enough. God bless. Sustainability matters. That is very true. LabX exists because we've lived the gaps between passion and resources, creativity and structure, excellence and burnout. Everything we share comes from what we have had to build ourselves. These are our services. I'm not going to read through them, but if any of these are of interest to you, please feel free to reach out to us. I think everyone on the call has our email address. Just hit us up. Karan, you can go ahead.
Okay, hey everyone. Quick and easy. Taught dance for a very, very long time. I also was a dance director at Gwen Park High School for over a decade. Right now, I'm a resident choreographer at Washington Performing Arts. I do sit on some boards, a lot of them actually, but one of them is Prince George County Community College Dance Department Advisory Board now. I've won a lot of awards, and I'm a doctoral student at Johns Hopkins University, and I am the co-owner of the Lab X.
A little background about me. I've also been teaching and dancing for a very long time. Let's just say that. I am also a project manager. If anyone knows me, they know that I love organization, and that's kind of what I bring to this. I do have an extensive performing arts background. I am a live sound engineer and have worked with a lot of artists all across the country. Notably, I guess in my bio, it says, where did I work? Oh, yeah, at Capitol Records and the House of Blues Orlando. I think I sat there at the House of Blues for 4 years, and I worked for Capitol Records for a long time. Yeah, so we say these things to give us not clout, right? But to let you know that we actually do know what we're doing and that we know what we're talking about. And it's a community, so networking is always great. So in a moment, Karan's going to place in the chat, but the questions are up there. Can you give me your name, your organization, your program, and then what shows up first when you're cleaning, right? Frustration, shutdown, overachieving, or something else. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be fancy, just the first thing that pops into your mind.
And although we kind of just asked it, it's good to have it in the chat for our transcripts as well. So if you can put it in the chat, that'd be great. Hmm. Come on. I remember when that dream was starting out, Zara. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you.
Come on,
Thank
burnout,
you.
Jacqueline.
I love this.
Retention.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me write that down. Mm.
I like
Okay.
that. I like that. So, if we're honest, right? Cleaning can feel like correction without context. What do I mean by that? Why don't you know this already? Like, because that's what I say, right? Repetition without clarity. Your tension can come from maybe there's some kind of miscommunication going on, right? You're saying one thing, but it's not translating to your students the way that it should for them to make the light bulb come on. Emotional fatigue. At the end of the day, everybody's drained. You're drained, they're drained, and you just want to go and don't do anything dance related for like hours. Or if you're anything like me, you want them to stay longer because we're going to get it right before we leave here today. So, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Um, if any of that sounds good to you or it sounds familiar to you, please type real in the chat. Like, because for me, that really hit home. I was like, I'll take it. And if not, that's fine too. I might be a lone wolf in that area. Cleaning matters because it turns choreography into performance ready execution, right? Cleaning matters because clarity creates confidence. Confidence reduces anxiety and creates a safe space. Uniformity prevents last minute panic and it can elevate your movements without having to change anything because that sucks. Strong choreography fails without the cleaning, and then you're just like, everybody's wasted their time at this moment. Cleaning doesn't work. It doesn't add work, and it doesn't work if your relationship is not there. And we're going to get ready to go into that. Cleaning also doesn't work if you don't have a purpose. Cleaning also doesn't work if one day you just realize, hey, I think I need a better system. So we're going to go through all of that tonight, right? And hopefully you guys will stay and walk along with me. Tonight, we'll reframe cleaning through the RPS framework. If you haven't been here along the way with us, you'll learn a little bit about what that is tonight. Identity, we're going to identify why we're cleaning and why cleaning must be collective and not so corrective. Discover how to put the RPS framework into practice. But before we go further, Johnny Karan is going to pop in for us real quick. Tomorrow we have a deep dive session, right? During the week, we weren't able to get through half of the things that we wanted to talk to you guys about, or you guys wanted to talk to us about. So that's kind of intentional. Tomorrow we have a deep dive lab. The cost is $50, right? And I don't think that that is, a high ticket for the information that you guys will receive if you do decide to sign up. The link is in the chat. And once you pay your $49.99, right? You'll get the link for tomorrow's session. And it is a 2-hour session, and any question it's more you all led. We are here to be your resource. There also will be other things that you can take away from it. If you have more than one coach or teacher or person from your organization that you want to join, we do have a discount for that, and all that information is up on the screen. Like we stated before, this session is being recorded. But that session will also be recorded. So if you don't or can't make it because you have something on Friday, pay your $50 anyway, and then you get the recording. And then you'll also get a 20-minute strategy call with us. So, I think it's a good value. It's up to you though. $50, what's that? I mean, that's gas, so hey, sorry. You'll get to learn me over the night. The RPS framework. So in the beginning, there's relationships, right? But what does that look like? How does that show up? Relationships start with trust, any kind of relationship, specifically a coach student or teacher dancer relationship. And I learned that the hard way. I have a heavy studio background and very technical based. When Karan brought me on to Gwen Park, at first it was just a couple classes here and there. Hey, come teach this. Hey, come teach this. Can you come look at my girls, see what they need, yada, yada, yada. Then I was like, okay. And she was like, hey, I'm going to take over. Do you want to do this with me? And I was like, I don't know. And I mean, the girls were nice to me. But that was it. There was no real, they were always looking to her to back up what I said because she had built the relationship. She was there with them every day and all of that good jazz. And then over time of the consistency, I learned that I couldn't have a studio mindset because studio life is totally different from teaching in a school system. Them kids don't care about nothing that I got going on in my resume about dance. They like, okay, whatever, show me what you got. And then still they were like, whatever. It took me showing them that one, I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I can't do. And then also two, if you need help, I'm right here with you. It took that, and it took a lot of that to get them to fully trust me. And then it was, hey, Coach Rennie, can you come? Coach Rennie, can you do this? Coach Rennie, can I ask you this question? Coach Rennie, can you watch me do this? And I was just like, oh, okay, y'all like me a little bit. Not all the time, but this is good. I like it. I like it. And they softened me up a lot because I am very, I tend to be more strict when it comes to certain things when teaching than a lot of other teachers. I just think that's my style. That's how I was brought up in dance. So that's what I know to do. I mean, it works. I'm not beating anybody up or anything like that. That's too old school for me. But again, the trust thing really brings in, I guess I want to say like a release. I guess that's a good word. And then from that, right, it allows you or allows them to become coachable because it doesn't matter how good of a teacher you are or a coach that you are or a dancer that you are. If you haven't built that some kind of connection, no matter what time frame you have to do it, no one's going to be receptive to what you have to say if they don't trust you a little bit. It's kind of like when you went to summer camp and they said the trust fall and you stood there and you just prayed that they wouldn't walk away, right? When you fell. um, the tools that you can get out of this are really good, if I don't say so myself. But collective language, not I want you to do this. Like we need you. Like reframing the reasoning why you want something to happen. Make it make sense to them too, right? I don't want to say child involvement, but student involvement, dancer involvement is very, very important. Also, this builds as you go, right? So you might be in the beginning stage with something and then, oh, okay, well, I also want to have development of my team. Well, how can you do that if one dancer is not that great, but they have great leadership capability? Oh, okay, you come here, right? You stand here and watch this section. those are ways that you can incorporate building a leadership program within your team as well. And also, don't always call on the same people, make everyone feel a little bit of love. Make sure you're correcting the problem and not the people, because they're not the issue. When Park taught me that. Oh, that's too fast. Sorry. Okay. Purpose, right? Does anybody receive pushback? Can somebody come off mute and tell me about a pushback experience? Don't come
I
off
can
it.
talk about mine.
Great.
So, with my project that I've been doing for my senior thesis and my business, basically, we did choreography to some songs, and um, my project to film got pushed back for like, I think I can say like a whole year. Like it took an entire year to get it done. Two other scenes that were like supposed to be incorporated were just like cut out. So I've experienced many pushbacks with the set design, with scheduling, and just with other things that just gets in the way. But it still worked out some way, somehow. And I think it always turns out for the better. So every time there was a pushback, it just taught me how to pivot. But I always end up liking how it turns out more than what I planned before, which is great.
Can I ask you a question, Zara?
Yes.
So your pushback, was it in relation to a lack of purpose from someone else on your team?
I think I would say that because when it come with the main pushback came with like the set design. So I think I would say a lack of purpose, but I would also say like the communication as well was something that always caused something to be pushed back further when it comes to those more technical things, but that was more so on the film aspect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Anybody else want to share?
I can go. I recently received pushback with my team. So my team is virtual, like we're all from all different states, and so like traveling, like it's expensive.
Mm.
And I received pushback from them. Like they would tell me stuff late, so I ended up having to like we were supposed to be recording a visual, and because of like the communication and like people just not being upfront, and being like honest with themselves, I had to like delay that
Mm.
to like a later time. But yeah, but it's still good because now I have more time to get what I want done and revamp some choreography, things like that.
So, since y'all are virtual, how are you making sure that there's like, and I'm thinking like physical cleaning, like how does that work?
I was just about to ask that.
I mean,
So that
I
it
want to know
gets
how you do
tricky.
it.
It gets tricky because well, two of the team members are in the same state as one of the leaders on the team.
Okay.
So he is able to clean them in person. But on the
Mm.
phone, I like we do different things. Like I'll make them count out loud. But like the phone is just weird because like sometimes it's delayed. But like they have to count out loud. It's yeah, we just mostly like count, keep doing it
Okay.
over and over and over again, and we just hope that the service is good. But I mean, it works. They do get cleaner on the phone, surprisingly. Like, and then I have to send
Okay.
videos, of course. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. But we can't really do any of that until like we actually like are in person with
Yeah.
each other.
So, okay, not to take over, but it makes me think. So, Zara, when I taught you, your last year I think was virtual. Can you recall? Because I was teaching you online, like we were moving, y'all were in leotards and tights,
Yeah.
like not playing at all, right? What was that experience like trying to learn choreography and to make sure that it's done correctly?
Um, the first thing that I remember is how, like, well, because I was co-captain, I remember how I would be like, okay, take your right arm. Like, I would try to be so specific with it and be like, do you guys, like, do you understand? And I'll just keep going back and then I'll explain everything. Like, even if I said, oh, and then go into passe, meaning your toe goes to your knee. Like, I
Right.
was doing that just to make sure. But I remember we always had to, I feel like we always had to clean again, even if we already cleaned it, we had to do that again. What else do I remember? It was just really different because we had to do everything online, and then we ended up doing more things outside of dance too because of it. Yeah, it changed a lot, but it made us more like, I guess, multifaceted. So
Yeah. I didn't even think this topic was like this was gonna come up. Like this is perfect. Also, what I'm hearing is that
Can I
those
add on
same
to that? Oh,
skills,
sorry.
yes, no, those same skills that
Yes,
you were talking
please.
about
I
being descriptive, like you can use that in person, like your
Mhm.
right hand, like all of that. But go ahead, Javon.
I feel like this what brings me back to the word that you said, but the first word that you think of when you think about cleaning, and I said
Mm,
overachieving because like I just expect because I used to be able to clean in person. I'm used to a team that I can clean in person and be hands on with and do all of that good stuff. It makes me expect a little bit more out of them that I shouldn't because it's not realistic to. In my
mm,
opinion, it's not realistic to because it's just different. Like you can touch somebody, you're able to physically like touch somebody and let them know where their hand is supposed to go, or you can tell them too. But sometimes people just don't pay attention. So it's just really different. And I feel like I overachieve to be clean because that's just what I'm used to. I'm just used to
mm-hmm.
it's right here and this is here and this is here and this is hit on 8 and like I'm used to all of that and it's just different. It's a learning process.
Now, this is a
One
good
thing that might
conversation.
be good. Oh, sorry.
No, I'll say this is a good conversation. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say one thing that might be good for you too is to think about how people are different kind of learners. Karan and I go through that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a visual learner. But then I can talk her through something and she'll be like, wait, no, I need to see it. Right. So you thinking about how your team learns, some people might be a kinesthetic learner, some people might be an auditory learner, some people might be visual. Try maybe to think about ideas around the learning styles and how that can help you in your virtual experience. Yeah, that's really good though.
That's and they all
Just
are different types of learners 'cause- ooh.
Shannon, do you have anything to share with us? Oh,
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
was just commenting on what Javon said. Like, mine are all different types of learners as well. So, trying to figure out, you know, time is of the essence. Sometimes we don't have
Mhm.
enough time to like sit down and break it down for everybody in their each individual way. So, trying to collectively put all of those skills together so that when I do initially clean, at least I have something that each person can tap into. So I think that's what I'm trying to navigate because, like you said, everybody learns differently. Some of them, like I have to threaten. That
Mm.
works really well if I like take a cell phone or I have like a
Oh,
pom
not
pom.
take a
I'm
cell
ready to
phone.
throw it. If I'm ready to throw it at them, they'll get it together. But it's just I don't know. Some is like fear. Some is like visual. Some are learning. I mean, some are listening. So yeah, this definitely struggle.
Got it. Got it. Taking the cell phone. I think that should work with this generation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh
What's so
man.
interesting is that though is Shane is that you work with college students.
Right. Right.
I
So that's
do,
interesting.
but a lot of them, when the team started, it didn't really have a lot of, it didn't really have a lot of promotion. So
Okay.
I kind of took with what I had, what the people that showed up, and a lot of them didn't have any dance skill, or when they filled the thing out, they said, yeah, I've been dancing since I was in elementary school. But when they got there,
Sounds
it
familiar.
looked like they
That's
might
the
have still
greatest
been in
line.
elementary school.
That is so true.
So I had to literally teach them like the ground up, like literally teaching pirouettes and basic, terminology from the ground up, almost like I would when I was like teaching 5-year-olds.
So just so you know,
So
it's not impossible. Okay. We did it. You can do it too.
Yes, that's so similar to our story. I love that
Yeah.
you had to do that. Even
Yeah.
though it might have been frustrating, but yes, we can relate.
it is, but I mean, but they're getting better. So
That's
as long as
great.
I see improvement, then I'm okay. I'm not expecting you to turn around next year and be Misty Copeland,
Hmm.
but I just need to see you guys actually like putting in the work. Like my big thing is, if we're cleaning, don't keep making the same mistake. If I correct you 1, 2 times, the next time make a different mistake. Don't keep making the same mistake because you're not being intentional at that point. That's what frustrates me.
I love that. Make a different mistake. That's good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So do your dancers know why? Right? Do they know your why? Do they know, is there a clean, like a cleaning purpose? Yes, okay, the basic is to be clean. Do they understand what that means? Right? Sharp. We put out a testimonial poll, and I just thought about it. I should have put this in here. Um, one of the girls on the team said that she didn't understand what I meant when I said sharp. You need to be sharper. And so I didn't realize that she didn't really understand. She just wasn't doing it. So I was like, oh, her arms are weak. I made her do push-ups. I made her do palm jacks. I made her do all these kind of things, right? And just kept working with her outside of everyone else. And one day she was like, one day she finally got what it meant, and I hugged her. That was funny to me because I'm not very lovey. So she was like, she gave me a hug. Yay. So that was funny to me. But if your dancers know the purpose of the routine itself, right? Are they able to convey? Does your routine have a story? Are you able to break it down in each section and tell them what this choreography means? When your body does this, this means this, or it should convey this. And then also, are you allowing for them to understand what the audience is seeing in that moment? Maybe again with the leadership funnel, take a few leaders or your officers out at this moment so they can see what you're seeing, or explain to them what they should be seeing. And they can, from there, walk along with you in the cleaning process, right? It's not just 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, everybody be here on one. It's not really that. Yes, it's a lot of that. But the larger picture is, what are you taking away from this? What is the audience going to feel? What are you going to feel when you get to where we're going? Because we all know cleaning is a journey. It's not gonna, you can't do it in 1 or 2 seconds. I don't know. Maybe professionals, but even then it's still a journey. Um, Before you clean any section, I used to always try to figure out what needs to be very clear, because you're not going to be able to get everything, especially when you're working from scratch dancers, is what I say. You're not going to be able to get anything, but did you get the important parts? Did you get the things that people are supposed to see? And then also, what is our standard? What is your cultural standard of your team, right? What are we working on? And clean is not just the dance movements. Clean is also what you look like. Is everyone have on the same color, right? We have black, Bluey's colors are black and gold, Gwen Park's colors were black and gold, right? But we have different color combinations of all those things. When we show up somewhere, that's where it starts, right? You get to see our culture. Okay, everybody got on black today with the gold, not the gold with the black, right? Or something. But all of that is involved in cleaning, not just what the movements look like on the dance floor. And all of those things elevate you and your performance. I just want people to keep that in mind because some of that stuff falls by the wayside. The slide jumped ahead of me, but we're not going to go back. The systems. What systems outside of repetition do you guys have, right? Consistency is definitely key, and it builds the confidence the dancers need to keep their endurance up, right? Because at some point your body switches to autopilot. And I feel that running each section at a time, and personally myself, I probably hone in on things a little too much and should move on. But for myself, I'm not moving on from that one section until it's done. Like everyone knows the story, everyone knows the the problem, and everyone can correct the problem. Then we move on to the next section, right? And the cycle for that: teach, run, and then clean it, and then run it again, right? The tools that can help you with that: delegation, section-based cleaning, anchor videos. Have one of your captains or one of your officers in your program step out, take videos, and show the children what they actually look like, or show the students what they actually look like. And make sure you're calling out the wins, not always, oh, what is that? You know, let's go back. Calling out the wins, especially when something has really been a pain point and the light bulb came on. I just got to notice that we're running low on time. But I do want to go through this activity with you guys, right? The questions are here. Karan is going to post them in the chat, I believe. But we have 2 videos for you guys. And I want you to look at that and say what languages, phrases, or words come to mind. And you can just throw it in the chat, or we can wait at the end. You can throw it in the chat while we're watching. Please call out the RPS pillars that you see, right? Where do you see it showing up? How would you describe what you've observed? So here goes the first video. Let me know if you can hear it. That's one video. We have a second video for you guys. So remember, you can go ahead and answer those questions in the chat if you need to. Oh. Okay.
Let's acknowledge
It's,
some of the things they're saying in the chat.
yeah, I was gonna say, well, people are still typing. Oh, hi, Saya. People are still typing, so I was gonna give space for that. Um, while the others are still typing, I don't want to rush anyone, but what part of the RPS cycle do you feel like is missing or you skip most in your program? And you can just call it out if you'd like. If not, we can move on. It's okay. I notice people don't like talking out on these things. I'm going to have a transparent moment. For me,
I was
relationship. For me, it's
I was just going to
relationship.
say that.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, I was going to say relationship because a lot of people on my team, like, I know some of them. I know like two of them, but there's like eight of us. So the other ones I don't really know. And I'm trying to gain a relationship with them. It's just taking a little bit longer. I think they're just shy. So yeah, relationship is like the part I skip because when it's time to, when it's time to be in practice and time to be in that mode, I can just be in that mode and not really think about the relationship aspect of it. So yeah, that's all.
Well, I like how you framed that though, Javon.
Mm-hmm.
Because the relationship is outside of that, right? The relationship happens in the moments that that you don't have your choreography hat on, that you don't have your Coach J hat on. Those are where you really get to build the relational moments. And that's something I had to learn. Um, it's a family, you know. You were there. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyone else? No, I'm going to backtrack a
I
little
can
bit.
go.
Oh,
Oh.
awesome.
I was gonna say relationships as well. Not necessarily that I skip them, but as far as like what I prioritize, it's not always relationships. And I say that because like when I started dancing, the line that like is engraved in my head is we're in this gym, we're in the studio, like I'm not your friend, like we're team members. And so sometimes it's like I put relationships to the side, let's focus on what needs to get done. This is my checklist for the day, this is what we need to clean. But in doing so, sometimes that gets lost. And I think that it could be a little bit more productive if relationships are put to that same standard as purpose and systems. Because I'm a very system oriented person. Like I got the system down, got the purpose down. But if I brought relationships up there as well, it would flow a little bit more efficiently.
That's good.
That is good. Mm. Anyone else before I go on? No? Great.
I think for me, what I used to skip or not really make it intentional was systems. I'm really heavy on relations. So I don't got no problem with that. Or my purpose. But in the beginning it was like systems. Setting up systems. Wait, what? I was just all over the place, just doing it. Just building so many relationships. We all over the place. So I think, but now I'm better at that. But that was a part that I did skip most often. Full transparency.
I like that you guys were really paying attention. Somebody said they saw the connection in both videos. I don't know who that was, but I thought that was really good. So
Javon.
kudos to you. Oh, okay. Ah, great. Yes. And it's funny because I originally didn't have a video to go in here. Karam was like, oh, I have a perfect video for this. And then it was supposed to be about relationships. And I was like, oh no, that has all of it right in there. So yeah, a little more transparency.
For some reason, what stood out to me is that if they can see me, oh yeah, in the circle, what stood out to me
Mhm.
is that if they can see them, they can see you. Maybe because I still think that when performing, I saw relationships in the last video before we went on the stage. I remembered that night.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good. That's good. I do want to put on 1.2, and I was talking to Rennie about it because again, that was kind of like on the spur of the moment. But in that last video that you're referring to, Zara, when I think about cleaning culture too, what really stood out to me was because me and Rennie had a conversation about it was the uniformity with like matching shirts, hairs in a bun, like everyone. I think that is a part of clean culture, and you kind of talked about it earlier, Rini, but I think that is so important too. Is like, of course, we're not all the same, but uniformity is so important for anything to look clean, even when you hit the stage. So I just want to point that part out.
Yes, hands. Sorry, flashback. So this is what I like to call the empowerment cleaning loop, right? So you have your starting, your building, and your scaling, right? And but in that, there's also relationships, purpose, and systems. So all of that is moving at one time. And then I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It looks small on my screen, but I'm blind. So there's that. Perform, reinforce, and repeat. And that's what I was speaking of when I was saying the cycle before. You teach it, you do it, and then you clean it up, and then you keep it moving. Yes, Karan.
Oh, I'm just raising my hand. This is the scholar in me. So, the first two sessions, Tuesday and Wednesday, we broke down what SB is, and it's basically just different stages you might be at a certain topic. Like, if you're starting out in fundraising, or if you're building, or if you're scaling, and the same thing will apply to cleaning. And so, really, our videos are on our YouTube page, and you'll get all those links. I would really say really go through those so you can really understand what those phases are. And then as you can see in the middle, you can't have any of that if you don't have a relationship, purpose, or system. Like it just cannot stand alone. Like those must be involved. So I just wanted to provide some context to that because it's like, wait, we got all these circles. Like, what's this? So I just wanted to provide some context to that and whatnot.
Sorry, it does make sense. It does look like a lot, but it does make sense once it's broken down.
Mm-hmm.
The LabX framework is RPS, relationships, purpose, and systems, right? We already went through one thing that you think you're missing. What are your strengths? I'm going to change the question. What is your strength in this moment? Are you good on trust? Are you good on safety? Are you good on student or dancer leadership? Are you good on reducing pushback? Are you good on informing and getting your team and dancers to buy in on what your purpose is? Are you really good at systems? Are you what?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what. I don't know. Are you good with consistency? Are you good with building your leaders up? Do you have a plan in your program already to build your leaders up? I'll just stick that there because I don't know what that says. Um, uh, or are you good at cycling? Are you good at, okay, let me break this down and we're going to run this and then you're going to move on. And then we're going to rinse and repeat for the next section or for the next year or for the next dance or for the next performance, right? Put that in the chat if you would. I'd really appreciate that because this conversation has been really good tonight and I appreciate you guys. Just to recap, a little moment of reflection. Cleaning is a culture, not an act. Precision is only built through trust. Systems will sustain your program. Your dancers will only be as good as you allow them to be. I'm going to say that again. Your dancers will only be as good as you allow them to be. Empowerment can change the trajectory of your team and the lives of your dancers. Give them something to be proud of, and that should be themselves. Um, and that is something that I learned in building relationships with our children dancers, even over my teaching career, right? Building relationships outside of the classroom um, has really, sorry guys, my computer is saying it's time to go.
Good.
But yeah, building relationships outside of being a teacher or whatnot is more valuable, right? Because now, I mean, when you think about it, or at least for me, in growing up in studio, teaching in studio for all of that time, those kids spend more time with me than they did with their families, right? So I was the other mom or the big sister or whatnot. And even to this day, the relationships, they might not dance anymore, but we still have the same relationship, right? They know that I'm still there to be a supportive person in their life, even outside of being on the dance floor. And that is the beginning of something. If you can get that into your classroom, that's something, the beginning of something really good. So just wanted to point that part out. Now's the time where we do all the things, but just, and you can read this, I'm just going to say, we're here to help. I've been saying this the whole time. We're not here for your money. I mean, yes, we would like to be paid for our services, but we don't do this for a money hungry place. We do this because we care. We do this because, I mean, we do have receipts that we could pull out and lay out, but we want everyone, especially in larger situations, for the community that's on the call now. There are not people of color in some of the rooms that we took a whole colorful team to. You know, 1,000%. Oh, who is that large team of Black girls and boys walking in the room? No, they didn't have to say it out loud, right? But that made us all eyes on them, right? All eyes on them. Oh, and they're good? Oh, snap, right? So now everybody wants to know who we are, what we're doing, all of that good jazz. We want that for everyone. We want everyone to be able to see how great everyone is, because sometimes it's a cleaning issue, sometimes it's a fundraising issue, sometimes it's a choreography issue, sometimes might be something else, but whatever that is, we have a service for it, right? Please reach out for help if you need it, right? If you don't, see what you think we could assist you with, right? Because some people think that, oh, I'm good on all that, but hey, do you do this? Yes, we do that too. Please reach out to us. That's the deep dive. Please come tomorrow. It'll
It's
be
gonna be
very
so good.
useful. It's going to be so great. It's going to be very useful. All the things. Let's get by that. There's a poll out because we are evidence-based and we would like to know what can we do better. This poll is, why are you not coming? Because you see the receipts. Clearly we know what we're talking about. Clearly we know what we're doing.
It's
Come
launching
get
now.
come get a little get a little bit of gold, right? Oh, there it is. And you know, just come get the gold. Please follow us on all of our social medias. We're in there like swimwear. Instagram is, our most popping one at this point. We are also hosting a dance competition on March the 7th. We are not releasing any of that information until Sunday, so please follow and be on the lookout. If you head to our website, I believe there is information on there about it already. But please come, enjoy yourself, get ideas. Tomorrow's going to be great. The link is in the chat. $50. That's gas money, you know.
Can you go back a slide for a second? I'm just reading some of the responses. Can you go back? Go back one more. Um, Go over. So sorry. Keep going. No, sorry. Go forward. Like going. You're going back. Go forward.
You said go
Yep.
back.
Oh, but you kept going back. Go forward. Keep going.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I just want to highlight just basically I'm just looking at some of the responses. Um anytime, and this is not me preaching to the choir, but like when you need resources, the best resources and the things that you need, it's always going to be an investment, right? And I know for us, just to give a example, we just recently invested in a business consulting firm that does our consulting for us. And it was a huge investment. But what we found was it was one of those things where we know how to run social media, like we would know how to do that, but why we didn't? We thought we did. Like, even when it comes down to webinars, and when it comes down to sales calls, anyone comes down to writing proposals, like they are walking us through it. And it's like the best thing. And we was on edge, like, oh girl, this is a pretty penny each month. Like a pretty penny. And we went and do it. And I would not change that for the world. So I just want to say that. And then for needing more info, just listening today, I encourage you to go back to our YouTube channel and listen to the fundraise and the choreography. Because that should push you more to come on Friday because we have resources and things of that nature. If today was your first day, but you're here, we're going to send you all the resources that we had from Tuesdays and Wednesdays class session. So you'll have that as well. And then we'll be able to really hit those pain points and those challenges that you might be working with. Today's more informal. But or informational. Tomorrow we're going to deep dive. So I just want to share that real quick. Okay, enough on my soapbox.
that's it. That's all, folks. Everyone have a great evening. Again, thank you for coming.
Wait, we do have one more poll.
Oh, we
No,
do?
don't leave yet, you all. Yeah, we need to know like how the
Oh,
session was.
please, thank you. I'm like, what? There's another poll?
Yeah, we just got one more. Was the session on cleaning helpful?
Got it. Please give us a grand review.
Give us your honest review, okay?
Right, that part.
Give us your honest review. We really appreciate y'all. We got some things in the works coming out, and we will be happy to work with you in your organization. And thank you so much, Shannon. So glad that you were able to join us. I'm looking forward to connecting with you soon. Sidebar, I was telling Renee the other day, I have a really urge to do a palm routine on somebody. Like it's real bad. I was
Yeah,
just telling her, I was like,
yeah.
and then when I'm in my creative bag, you probably want to use me. So I'm just put that out there in the ethos. If you catch it, you catch it. Look forward to working with y'all. Thank you, Shannon.
She
More than
said, come
helpful.
on.
And I love the conversation. Yes, come on. Really took me down memory lane. I was so engaged in this conversation. Thank you so much, Sayu. We love you all. Everyone, the dynamic duo. Thank you always. Conversation was so good. Really appreciate y'all. Good night. Be safe. Get your groceries. I think it's supposed to snow again this weekend. So yeah. Thank you, Zara, for coming. Okay.
Are there any other questions before we leave the room that anybody might have? Let me not leave the door closed. I don't want to close the door if I don't have to. Nope, everybody's ready to head out. Okay, well,
I have a
there's
question.
oh, great.
Yes.
How
Yes.
often would you be doing these webinars?
Um, we actually are going to release one. We have a date for February that we're going to do one free one. Because it's competition season for a lot of people. And so we have a topic that we're really going to dive into. And so we have a February one coming out. And then we got some other cool stuff where we want to be in person with people and kind of like work with them in person and their dancers. So we got a couple things coming out. But look for something that's going to drop in February. Well,
Okay,
soon to let you know that it's going to be in February. So I'm so glad that you asked that question.
thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate you all. Have a great day.
Wait, I have one more question. Sorry. So
Yes. We love the
Are you
questions. Come
guys
on.
gonna host like in person? Are you guys gonna host like any in person classes?
Mm-hmm.
Visit
Yes,
our
we are.
website.
Yup. Yes, we are. Like we have some things like just that we're going to release. We just like we are being very strategic, and I want to let you know that that's strategic. So Saturday, we have a 6 hour strategic plan with our business consulting firm. Well, it's not ours, but the people who consult us. So everything that we do is in a strategic manner. Like we're just not throwing stuff out there. And so we'll make sure people will get what we're doing in a timely fashion. But to answer your question, yes, we will be doing some things in person.
Okay, great.
Right. He was like, that was a yes or no answer, but okay.
I
Thanks.
just had to let you know. I gotta let you know, like, just this is hard work, but
I got you.
all right, ladies and
Also, hi,
gentlemen, ladies and
Javon and
gentlemen.
Saya. I want to
Hey, Laura.
say
Hey, Zara.
hi.
All right, well, we love you all. Thank you all for joining us, and we will talk and connect very soon.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Ending event.